Hey, yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome in. Quarantine Kings here on, Quarantine King? I don't know. We can't even call ourselves that anymore. But welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me here on a Friday night. Tyler Work here. You will see noticeably by his absence, Ron is not here. He is out celebrating his last day at the bank. Banks it. Hope you're out there enjoying your food, enjoying your drinks, enjoying not having to wear a suit and tie to work every day now. But maybe Ron will call him later. Who knows? Maybe he won't. This is free from Ron Friday, so we're not going to have him on here. But thank you so much for tuning in here. I actually see it looks like we may have the CEO calling in early here today. So let me bring him in on the Bucko's Jolly Cone hotline. Bucko's Jolly Cone at 888 34th Street. Gonna bring in CEO Nick. Nick, how are you doing this evening?
I am amazing. Ron, congratulations. Don't get gas because oh my God, what is that place? That looks more creepier than Choose Dental.
It's up there. It's up there with Choose Digital. I'll give them that. But you know what? They're a sponsor of the show, so I can't hate them.
Yeah, true. They keep us going. We thank all sponsors for keeping this
Absolutely.
movement going. So
Bucko's
yes,
Jolly Cone.
Tyler, you are
If you're
officially
ever in the
now.
hood in Bakersfield, what's up?
Ah, nice. I gotta make a trip up there. Well, it's safe to say you are officially the quarantine king of the mountain now. You have
King of the
outlasted.
Mountains. So what am I like Jeff Jarrett
Yeah.
in 2003 TNA,
Yes.
just winning the title all the time?
You will get your own belt. You will get your own belt. Quarantine king of the mountain. But yeah.
Well, I definitely appreciate that.
Oh,
Thanks so much. Oh, I thought you were saying something. But yeah, thank you so much for
nah,
calling in,
connection's
Nick.
pretty crappy.
But yeah, how you enjoy the game? You got the basketball game on right now?
Yeah, it's NBA playoffs about to start. Not well, people are like, oh, the playoffs already started. I was like, all right, it's the play in, and then the official playoffs will start
Hmm.
this weekend. So right now, I'm catching up on the Memphis Golden State game. Right now, currently have a 10-point lead. Oh, now 12-point, 69-57 Memphis. This will be really tragic if Steph Curry, who had a phenomenal season, gets ousted before the playoffs even start.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's kind of the idea of the play-in, though, is that those 9, 10 seeds still have a shot. I mean, like we were kind of talking before the show a little bit, like if Golden State wins, these play-in games will really have meant nothing because the 7 and 8 seeds will be the 7 and 8 seeds after the play-in. So
Yes.
kind of root for Memphis just to mix it up a little bit, but we'll see. Plenty of time, and with Steph Curry, a 10-point lead can disappear so quick.
Yeah, so as soon as he
But
starts getting hot from three.
but let's go ahead. I actually also see it looks like Justin. Are you ready to come on the air here? All right. So
Oh,
we also have no ID Justin calling in. Let's get him in on the Grandma's Tamales Celebrity Hotline. Grandma's Tamales, 751 Bernard Street, because nobody makes it quite like Abuela. Justin, how are you doing this evening?
I'm fantastic, man. It's a good looking grandma.
Hey, we
oh
got lots
my
of those in
God! It's a
Bakersfield.
little
I'll tell you
three-way
that.
action here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no, how's everybody doing? Nick looks like he's knee deep in playoff basketball. Of course, obviously he's trying to get his fill before the Knicks get swept out of the playoffs completely. But
I mean, I
kudos to him
predicted. I
for putting in the
predicted.
work.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a toss-up. It's gonna be a toss-up in the East. The besides the Knicks, I will watch it. But the matchup I'm looking forward to is the Heat and Bucks, just because of the rematch from
Yeah,
last year in the first
yeah,
round.
I
Well, let,
I, I agree. That's
let's
going to be
let's
a
bring
fun one.
that let's bring that up since we're already in on it here. We got the bracket here with mostly updated. It looks kind of like a mess with the playing games, but like I said, as of right now, the team that started as the 8 seed is the 8 seed. Team that started the 7 seed is the 7 seed. So nothing's real different there. But yeah, we got the playoffs starting tomorrow. Nick, you already said which matchup you're looking forward to. Justin, outside of your Lakers, which matchup in that first round intrigues you the most?
I mean, honestly, you guys know I love Luca. So the easy layup pick would be Clippers Dallas, but I really think the Denver Portland series is going to be a really fun one to watch.
Hmm.
Obviously you got Dame time. Denver for what they've done after the Jamal Murray injury has been nothing short of impressive. So I think that's going to be a really fun matchup. Plus you got two European bigs banging heads in the paint, like that's going to be a really really fun series, I think. So that's the one I'm kind of keying in on, and for obvious reasons because I want to see who the Lakers are going to beat the crap out of in the next round. So
So what do you think? I saw today, or they may even announced it last night, that the Lakers are the first ever 7 seed to be favored over a 2 seed in the NBA playoffs. I mean, I guess it's not that surprising, just kind of given the Lakers' history and the fact that Phoenix, while they're extremely talented, are extremely young as well. But what are your guys' thoughts on that? On the significant lower seed getting the Vegas favorite?
I mean, Phoenix is relatively young, with the exception of 64-year-old Chris Paul at point guard. But no, they're an exciting team. I think this was just a weird year. Like not only do you have the new aspect of the playing games, which adds two extra teams to the essential playoff mix, but I think if everything had shook out regularly and we didn't have the playing games, I mean, LA finishes as the 7 seed. It
Right.
wouldn't be any different. I still feel like this would still be the first 7 seed, but let's be honest. The Lakers are not a normal 7 seed. You had LeBron James miss a considerable amount of time. You had Anthony Davis miss an even more considerable amount of time. So realistically, like them healthy at somewhat full strength, they're a top three team in the league. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, it is weird the way it shook up this year. And then again, I think the uniqueness of coming out of the COVID like bubble playoff run. Last time I checked, the Suns, they went on a nice like 9 game win streak or something. Heading into that whatever it was playoffs last year, but they've had a considerable amount of time off, and they've had more time to gel. And again, the introduction of Chris Paul to that young team has really given them some guidance and some leadership that they were lacking. So
Yeah, all valid points.
Yes,
Go ahead, Nick.
so yes, I will agree with Justin. Yes, this has been a weird year, of course, with it starting still with the pandemic going around. But I think now what you're seeing too is players are going through the full season, and now you're kind of seeing it's like the wear and tear has caught up to players. Injuries have like stricken a lot of teams. But yes, I would agree. Lakers are still like our favorite 7 seed over the 2 seed. Phoenix is a younger, more exciting team, but that playoff experience is going to kind of twist things around. Plus, LeBron's been in the playoffs, God knows how many consecutive years. Plus, after coming off a championship win, he's just more battle tested. So yeah, I kind of see. I like Phoenix, but I'll say Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6. Okay, I can see that. I know. I know the
oh,
commentary of Lakers fans on Twitter all year has been Lakers in 5, but I
yeah,
can see 6. I can see Phoenix giving them a pretty good series.
yeah, no, I'm gonna be in the majority. I'm going 5, Lakers in 5.
All right. So how about this? How about this? And we'll exclude the Lakers from this one since they're technically the favorite by Vegas. If there's gonna be any upset in the first round, what series do you see it happening in?
Ooh. Hmm.
Dallas over the Clippers, if
Any
you consider
upset?
that
I'm
an
gonna
upset.
say, yeah, I would say Dallas over the Clippers. And shoot,
I,
it's
I
just it's
think
Paul George. I can't like unreliable.
Oh, playoff P.
CEO Nick, you stole the words right out of my mouth, dude.
Yes.
I won't even refer to him as playoff P anymore because I feel like he has had some quality games within the last couple postseasons. And even one or two, if I remember offhand, where Kawhi didn't show out. So
Mm-hmm.
a testament to Paul George, Palmdale's very own. Um, yeah, I could really foresee a scenario where like the Clippers do live and die with Paul George. And I think if George isn't able to play, consistently on both ends of the floor, because let's not kid ourselves, like Luca can light up the scoreboard. and he's going to be a problem.
Yes.
You know, like he is going to be a significant problem. So I mean, that's the weird thing though. I even though it's a 4-5 matchup, and maybe that's saying a stretch in terms of an upset, I feel like the Clippers are the definitively better team. Top to bottom, the Clippers should win that series. So that's why I kind of lean towards that as my upset. I could see this playing out where just Luka is locked in, and if Paul George isn't consistent to match him, I could see them getting knocked out. Which would be enjoyable for me, but.
Yeah, I would say that's a fair assessment. Normally, I don't go with 4-5s as an upset just because they're usually so close, but I do agree that just man for man, the Clippers are definitely the better team than Dallas, and I think it's by a decent margin. So I would consider that upset worthy as opposed to the 4-5 in the East. Sorry, Nick, if your Knicks lost to Atlanta, it wouldn't be that surprising. Like they're
And just
relatively even.
Hey, listen.
So identical records, man. Identical records. Just to add on real quick, to throw an extra one in there, if Golden State can get through Memphis, I'll take Golden State over Utah, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I will take Golden State over Utah. That would be my upset if I had to pick. Should it play out that way?
Okay, so you're looking at for the West. Now, if we switch over to the East, I was talking to Tyler about this, and I've preached it over and over again. I was like, hey, like yes, it's like you got to look out for the best team in the league, but also like really keep your eye on the hottest team going into the playoffs. So, like I think I'm going right now, and of course I hate the Sixers, so I hate any Philadelphia team. I'm going DC over the Sixers, just because of the fact that at one point I was like looking at the fact they were 17-32, and then after that point they went 17-6. Hot team,
man.
I gotta pull through for Westbrook. Like, you gotta like do something now. Like you're riding this momentum. Like you don't have that. Like you're getting up in age. You gotta do something. Plus, I hate the Sixers. So,
Nick, I gotta tell you right now, Nick. I'm gonna level. This is full disclosure. Your football takes suck ass. Your baseball takes might be even worse. But you just hit an effing grand slam, bro. I could not agree with you more, man. Give me Russell Westbrook in a 7-game series to just outshine an entire roster of dudes. I'm here for it, dude. Mr. Triple Double himself, Oscar Robertson's father, Russell fucking Westbrook, can carry this series. It's gonna happen, man. Like it's gonna happen. I'm right there with you. I've never loved you more than I do right now.
Yeah,
look at that. Ron's on the show, and we're having people get along, man. Look at this. Maybe Ronnie should just take the night off every night.
And we shouldn't point. We don't want to air dirty laundry. We don't know if he's taking the night off. For all we know, he could be in the back of Arkansas Slim's trunk. We don't know. All we know is we got the bad signal to step up, so we did it.
That's true. We just haven't heard from him. We were told where he's supposed to be, but we don't know he actually ever got there. So, hopefully Ron's all right. But if not, keep an eye out for this man. He might have some information on where Ron is.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
But going to the picks. So I said my pick. Justin, who do you have in the East? I mean, granted, the East is a weak conference. So do you really call it like an upset?
Oh no, 100%, dude. I wasn't blowing smoke, man. Like I really do think that Washington could win that series. It wouldn't shock me, So it's just like again, it's the. I guess if I had to pick another one, I won't pick against your Knicks. I guess Heat over Milwaukee.
I'm picking against them.
Yeah, I guess I'd take Heat over Milwaukee. I just think, obviously, I'm biased. I think the Heat are a very good team. I watched them, really, give it their all against the Lakers, and I think that, I felt that way for almost 2 seasons now. All this talk of Philly and Boston and everything else, the Heat are the best team in the East. They have been for a couple of years now. The record may not show it all the time, but they seem like that team that, and maybe it's Pat Riley, like they just, and Spoelstra is a a great effing coach. It's just like they cruise through the regular season, and it's so much easier to do that in the East. And when those guys get in the playoffs, they are tough to beat, man. Jimmy buckets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm real excited to see if he becomes that X factor again this year, like he was last year in the playoffs. I mean, last year Butler had to have gained just a massive amount of fans with his efforts in the playoffs. I'm hoping he does it again this year because he had an absolutely just killer run in the bubble. Also,
Oh,
make a nice change
shit.
selling coffee too.
Quick
what
score
happened
update now. 77-71. 77-71 Memphis.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Hey, look, man, the Warriors, like I said, we all know, dude, they can close that gap so quickly with just all the threes they take and how fast they run. So
Yeah, you might as well have just
that's
told me it was.
surprising.
You might as well have just told me it was 80-80, bro.
Holy shit. I was like, damn. That was a quick turnaround. And we're still in the third. We're in the third quarter right now. So, yeah. This could go down to the wire. Or it could swing around to become a total blowout.
So let's move on. And Jaime, I'm actually glad you posted this comment because the next thing we're going to jump into baseball here. And, we're about we're a little bit past a quarter of the way through the season. And for those that watched in the preseason before the MLB started,
Bring it up.
Justin, myself, we all laid our predictions out there. You can go back and look at it. We haven't altered anything. What, Connor giving you some problems there? What's going on?
He's humping my arm.
That's what he does, dude.
What's wrong
That's
with
what he
you?
does.
What is wrong with you?
So yeah, let's take a look and see where we are at here with our predictions. So let's go and start with both the Eastern divisions, AL and NL. Let's see here. Oh no, gotta get rid of some things here. But yeah, so you can see in the AL East, none of us doing particularly well, and you'll see that's kind of a running theme with all the divisions through these picks here.
Real quick, I don't know if my dad's out there watching, but I know I didn't pick the Sox to win the AL East, but look, Dad, I told you I put the Sox higher than either of these guys. So
you did. So you can see all of ours lined up with the current stand. I should say the current standings as of like 12 o'clock today. I don't know if any games have changed anything at all, but yeah, you can see. Look, AL East, all of us struggling. I think me and Ron. Look, we all got the Orioles. The Orioles are bad.
Yeah, that's consistent across the board.
Ron and I, we got the Rays in second. Everything else is just kind of a jumble. Again, quarter of the way through the year, like, again, tons can change. The Yankees are probably going to get hot at some point. Well, they've been getting kind of hot lately. But AL East, all of us are currently sitting at a 0 in the NL East. None of our predictions are right. Not a single one.
Holy crap.
I think that division's just been a dumpster fire so far this season. Braves are finally starting to heat up. I mean, they beat the Pirates 20-0 today. Mets are playing well enough, I guess. They're in first. Got 4 games over 500, whatever. But East standings not looking too good in our predictions. We head over to the Central there. I don't think the Central's doing much better. Justin, you're the one person that didn't predict Detroit to finish last. And you're right on that one so far. I think you're the only one that actually has an accurate prediction in the Central right now. I know Ron and I both went hard on the Twins. And the Twins.
Yeah, I'll take it, man. Detroit Rock City, baby.
Yeah, Ron and I both went with the Twins, and the Twins have been an absolute dumpster fire so far this season. So yeah, we'll see what that happens. NL Central, we all got the Pirates to finish last. I think that was kind of a guinea pig for all of us. Ron and I both have the Cardinals in front. That Central Division, I mean, look, I think it just has to be the Cardinals simply because of Goldschmidt and Arenado. I can't picture any other team winning that division with those two on the same team.
So just to confirm, with Cleveland, when do we start calling them the Cleveland baseball team? After this year?
After this year, there are the Indians for the rest of the season.
Okay.
All right, now we head out to the West, where, of course, Justin's prediction to win the AL West stands out like a sore thumb. We all got the Rangers.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Their second best player is wearing Dodger blue right now. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Look, they got Otani who's lighting it up. They got Trout who's hurt, and that's it. That's all they got. So yeah, tough start for the
Joe Madden, baby. Joe Madden.
That's right. That was your selling point on the Angels. NL West. NL West is a little bit weird right now. I mean, it's the 3 best teams in the National League and the 2 worst teams in the National League. Of course, big series going on as we speak. Dodgers taking on the Giants. Dodgers were up 2-0 last we saw. We'll have the Dodgers winning. I think all of us are comfortable in saying the Dodgers are going to win the division still. It's just a matter of time. They can make huge strides this weekend.
Real quick, just to defend me and my boys all together, man, all you people at home watching thinking like, man, these guys suck at predictions. We have nailed every last place team.
This is true.
Yeah, straight across the board, yes.
Maybe we can't pick the good ones, but we could definitely pick the bad ones. So there it is. I've got a nice little scoreboard there. Myself with 9 out of 30 accurate predictions. Justin in second with 8. Ron's so far behind with 7. He's just embarrassing himself out there.
He's gonna try and make that come from behind like he did in that tourney bracket pick'em.
The NCAA, yeah. So we'll keep an eye on this throughout the year. Probably do another checkup around All-Star break, see how that's going. But some other baseball news that I saw the other day, or actually last night. I was following it last night online. But so one of the things I actually love about Major League Baseball is when they send their players to, like, the minor leagues for rehab assignments. Usually they'll send them to AAA, but if they're close.
What the fuck?
Dude,
we're gonna get kicked off the air, bro.
You need to put like a guard on the arm or something, dude. You can't let him raw dog it like that.
Oh my god! Stop! All right, hey, I'll call you back in a few. I'll call you guys back in a few. Bye.
Yeah, we can't show that on air.
That guy, you got to assert your male dominance, Nick. What the hell, man?
But so anyways, look, so one of the things I do enjoy about baseball is when they send their players to the minor leagues for rehab assignments. Usually it's to AAA just because, best competition, whatever. Well, the last few nights, the Palm Beach Cardinals have not had such great luck with who they're going up against with the St. Lucie Mets. You see there Tuesday, Seth Lugo. Wednesday, Noah Syndergaard. Thursday, Jacob deGrom out there pitching against a single-A ball club. And it went about as good as you would think. Here's a tweet sent out by the Palm Beach Cardinals. I think they said this in the first or second inning. Someone please send help. Then I actually do like, the banner's covering that up. The jackass comment by Kevin there. Here's an idea: learn how to hit the fastball, which is great when Major League Baseball players can't hit the fastball. He's saying, man, just hit a fastball, learn how to do it. Which I did see they actually responded to it. We have 8 hitters who were born after the year 2000. Could you imagine being like a 20-year-old kid or younger, and you got to go up there against Jacob freaking deGrom?
I mean, it's like, yeah, part of you feels bad for him, but part of you is like, dude, how awesome would that be, though? Like you're a kid going up there, like, I mean, I can remember just being a fan and going when Lancaster Jayhawks opened their stadium and seeing Randy Johnson and Ken Griffey Jr. and Jay Buhner, and I was like, dude, these guys are larger than life, Yeah. So just to imagine stepping in the box and you're facing, deGrom, Thor Syndergaard, dude. Like, yeah, one part of you is crapping your baseball pants and hoping you're not wearing whites. And then the other half of you is like, man, how dope would it be, though, if I just got a hold of one off of this guy,
Dude, at this point in time, with how dominant deGrom has been against major leaguers, I would be like, if I just made contact, like, I don't care if I foul it straight back.
Oh,
I'd be like, yeah.
Broken bat bloop single over the second baseman underneath the right fielder. Give me that all day, dude. Yeah. And I'm posting that. I'm selling that NFT like highlight, bro.
Oh yeah. I'm yelling at the umpire like, hey, bring that ball in here. Save that. Like throw it into my dugout.
Yeah, dude, I'm picking up first base and I'm grabbing the mic today.
But you can imagine that game did not end well. Also, another good shot by the Palm Beach Cardinals. So now the Mets give DeGrom the run support. Yeah, you see, it didn't end well. But look, I do love stuff like that. But that has to be just a rough stretch for those kids facing 3 major league, like actual good pitchers 3 days in a row.
Good old face Palm Beach.
There you go. So shout out to the Cardinals. Do gotta love a good social media team that knows how to do it, knows how to have a little fun. That's always enjoyable. But since we have Justin on here, let's go ahead. Since you are, of course, the soccer historian of record here, let's get into the soccer this weekend. So let's go ahead and start. It is the final week of all the big European competitions. Final game days either tomorrow or Sunday. We'll go ahead and start with the Premier League since that is kind of our show of record here. You see everybody's playing at the same time, so that's always kind of a fun watch, seeing things happen in real time, standings jumping up and down. Our beloved West Ham taking on Southampton. West Ham, I'd love for you to win. All they need to do is get a draw to get that Europa League spot. I'm good with that, so I'll be paying attention to that one. Kind of the big game is actually, Justin, I think you might be. I don't know if you're.
I do, and real quick, just to not a little teaser here. West Ham versus Southam. That of course was pre Ham United when all the Hams were one organization. But we'll get to that on another soccer minute. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that one. That'll be good. But of course, you might be playing this weekend, big game against Spurs. There, we cannot confirm if you do or do not play for Leicester. Although you had amazing knowledge of that squad, so it kind of makes me wonder. I think you really might be playing for them. But that'll be fun. I think we might have Jaime the Greek dropping in his choices here.
I'll get those in. Entertainment purposes only, ladies and gentlemen. But
please believe
take these, man.
So there we go. Brighton over Arsenal. I would love that. Arsenal would miss out on European competition if they lose, so that's good. Villa over Chelsea. Interesting. That might cost Chelsea the Champions League if they lose this weekend. Newcastle over Fulham. Okay, that's fair. I mean, that's a nothing game. Neither team has anything to play for. West Brom over Leeds. Wow. Okay, interesting. West Brom without a manager. But again, that's not a game. Nobody has anything to play for. Spurs over Leicester. Uh-oh. You don't look like you like that. You look hurt.
Maybe that's why he's picking him, because I am hurt. You know what I'm saying? Hey, insider info.
Could be insider trading here. Liverpool over Palace. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Liverpool's trying to get a Champions League spot as well. Everton over City. Okay. City's got first place wrapped up. They got nothing to play for. Champions League final next week, so that wouldn't make sense to me there. Sheffield over Burnley.
Oh, Gary Sheffield's got that easy.
Oh, he absolutely has that. Absolutely. West Ham over Southampton, like that one. So, yeah, there we go. There's the picks. Like I said, there are some important games on the line this week. We got the Premier League standings. Chelsea, Liverpool, and Leicester all fighting for those last 2 Champions League spots. West Ham, Tottenham. Who else is on there? Everton and Arsenal all fighting for the final Europa League spots. So we got that. Just want to give you a quick shout out here as well. I know we don't talk about them much, but there's an exciting race in La Liga this weekend. Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid facing off for the La Liga championship. Atletico Madrid, they win, they get the championship. Real Madrid, they win, they need Atletico to lose. There you can see that in the standings there. And one we really want to talk about, we're going to get a little bit of a history lesson here from Justin. But exciting race here in Ligue 1 over there in France. You got Lille with a 1-point lead over Paris Saint-Germain. Monaco still in there with a very, very, very outside shot. I think they need to make up a massive goal difference to get the championship. But I think Justin here wanted to tell us a little bit about the opponent for PSG this weekend. Give us a little history lesson on that. So, Justin, I defer to you.
Yeah, man, not quite as deep and rich a history as Leicester, but we'll do our best here. Of course, we're talking about Stade Brestois 29, also known as Brest. which I know most middle-aged males in our demographic are indeed huge fans of.
True.
So if you're not a guy who knows soccer the way I do, and say you're just a casual guy who wants to bet, why not put your money on breasts. But the thing is, interesting. They're another storied franchise, as most of these French clubs are. Of course, in France, they really only knew about vaginas for a really long time. That was their primary focus. Of course, through the late Bush Renaissance in the late 1800s, and then as we sashayed into the 1900s, into the next century, that was when breasts were found in France. So, of course, they started naturally the football club Brest FC. Um, Now, actually, it's funny. In 1983, not to date myself here, I am quite an old man, but that was the year I was born. They actually changed their name to Brest Armorique, which, of course, translates loosely in English to "amazing breasts." Um,
Mm.
and they actually, they hovered around like the second and third league in France. They did make a surge in the 2000s actually, in the early 2000s. They were actually in 2004. They were led a name that even casual soccer fans may know, Frank Ribéry.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put a French twist on it, obviously.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
and as many know, well documented, avid lover of breasts. He was able to surge and lead that team back to prominence in 2004, and they were able to finally make it back into the top, number one league in France. And ever since then, it's been awesome. All the people in France have got to see breasts on full display on a weekly basis, and
Mm.
they hope for no change coming soon. Hopefully this is a team that sticks around. But again, that's just a few tidbits. You can do your own research if you like. But yeah,
No
they
need
are
though.
a somewhat storied franchise. So, but yeah, who doesn't want to root for Briss?
Oh yeah, definitely. Look, unless you're a major butt man, you got to go for breast, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And no disrespect. Why not like both? You can root for multiple teams. It's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I've never understood that debate. Why not both? You can have both.
No, no. Go Brest. 29 to be exact. Stade Brestois. Who
Well,
also, like I believe me and you were talking a little bit, Stade Brestois, famed womanizer in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Famed
mm,
womanizer, Stade
it's a
Brestois.
well-known fiend.
And
Absolutely.
that's actually the tribute. They posted the 29, similar to Wilt, holding his 100. Stade Brestois famously made love to 29 pairs of breasts in one evening. There's
Wow.
actually a picture of him surrounded by all 29 pairs of breasts, holding up a
Oh
sign that says
wow.
29. They named the team after him. Good stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Moore, just dropping the knowledge, just educating you. This isn't even just sports history. This is just world history.
There's just such rich history in the game, so why not pay tribute to it?
Lots of history with breast. Lots of history with breast there. Well, thank you so much for that. I mean, definitely. It's a shame. It may be the end of the soccer season, but maybe we can still get maybe like a weekly, just kind of a little tidbit on some of the teams out there, just educate
Absolutely.
people. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think shout out my boy Jaime. I know he always loves some football knowledge.
Hmm.
He is a man of much football knowledge, as you know, Jaime the Greek.
Right.
But yeah, no, I look forward to it, man. It would be my pleasure. It's
Oh,
a passion,
absolutely.
I love it.
There we go. There we go. Speaking of other passions of yours, we do have the PGA Championship going on right now. Well, not
Yes,
right
Nate.
now, but sorry, I didn't see the. There we go. Oh, come on, that's a given. That's a given. And Jaime dropping in here as well. Jaime the Greek. And there we go. Nick going off on Landon again.
About to change their name to Unloyal, you know what I'm saying?
So it's San Diego Loyal playing at Louisville tomorrow night. So I'm sure we'll have a recap of that on Monday. But yeah, so the PGA Championship, the next leg in the golf Grand Slam going on right now. How about that? Old lefty out there on top. Phil Mickelson hitting bombs.
Hitting bombs.
But,
Speaking of hitting bombs, how about DJ just bombing out and not even making the cut?
oh man, yeah, I did. Unfortunately, I only got the top place here, but yeah, that was a bit surprising. But especially yesterday, man, the weather there was just awful. It was just blowing wind like crazy. Today, a little bit more calm. You can even see in the scores there some better rounds today. But yeah, gonna be some tough times out there. I believe they're at Kiowa Island in South Carolina, I believe is where they're playing this.
And there's a 700+ yard par 5 on that course for those who don't know. I believe it's almost 800 yards.
Oh, man.
Which is, for a man like myself, that's driver 5 wood.
Just all the way. Just first 3 shots on there, all with the driver.
I'm sorry, did somebody sneeze? Oh, that's Christian Bezuidenhout.
Oh, yes, of course, yes. But yeah, look, some interesting names up at the top there. Like I said, Brooks Koepka out there having a nice showing. A little bit of a rougher round today, but he's up there right on top within striking distance.
I know we don't have a long scoreboard, but Tony Finau, where he be now?
Where he be now? I actually do not know. I didn't see where he was at. I didn't see him in the group. There was a group of about, I don't know, 10 or so players right behind us at 1 under. I saw Bryson was in that mix there, but I didn't see Finau's name. Maybe I just overlooked it.
Hey, check that comment section. Newest comment.
I don't see anything. What are you talking about? I see nothing.
I see a Ronald James Davis.
Nope, don't see anything there. Nope, nothing there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, maybe there's something wrong with my screen.
Too many car bombs, I think, before the show. I think maybe that's what happened.
No such thing.
Oh, you know what? He said this, so I'll acknowledge him. I wasn't going to acknowledge him, but if he's going to drop that, I got to acknowledge it.
He ain't 4 under.
It's all right. You're dead to us, too. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go. Again, I can't imagine Mickelson being able to keep this up, but that would be a good story, man, if he could keep it up and pull out a major win in 2021.
There's no limit to those bombs either. You know what I'm talking about, Phil? Get it done, lefty.
Well, last thing I was going to talk about this weekend, we do have a UFC fight night coming up. So since we do have the Fight Phlebotomist here as well, let's go ahead and get in with the Fight Doctor. Let's get the intro music going.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. The heavyweight champion of the world.
So yeah, we do have a fight night tomorrow. It's actually tomorrow afternoon. I think it's like the main card starts at 4 on ESPN Plus. But kind of looking at the card, not an overly exciting card top to bottom. Couple decent fights on there though. Headlined by Rob Font taking on Cody Garbrandt in a bantamweight bout here. Font, who's currently riding a 3-fight win streak, coming off fight of the night decision against Ricky Simon and a performance of the night knockout over Marlon Moraes. Cody Garbrandt was on a 3-fight losing streak, ended that his last fight with a knockout over Rafael Assunção. I'll be interested to see how Garbrandt does on this one, just because he's kind of a big time swinger if you're looking for that powerful knockout. But he's also coming off, he had like a torn vein in his bicep and then got COVID and pneumonia after that. So I'll be interested to see how he looks in this one. Justin, I don't know if you've had a chance to really break it down and kind of give your thoughts on this one.
I haven't dove a lot into this one.
Yeah, I get it.
Rob Font's been impressive though. I guess on initial, I would probably lean towards Rob. I don't know, man. the fighters match up really well, but I just think the reach advantage and yeah, like you said, the momentum. Momentum means something for sure.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that one. It's funny because like I said, Garbrandt's kind of like the big looking for the knockout punch. Either he's gonna drop the guy or the guy's gonna drop him, which kind of is a shame because I think he's actually got really underrated wrestling. He doesn't use it often, but when he does, it's effective. I would like to see him use it against Rob Font because Font's takedown defense isn't that great. It's okay. It's not that great. I'd be curious to see if Garbrandt turns to that, but I'm kind of with you right now. I do think all the momentum is on Rob Font's side. I think he's probably going to take it, move to that next step up in the bantamweight division, start taking on some top 5 opponents.
Yeah, no, he's definitely. This is shots fired. This is definitely a scenario of one fighter on the uptick, one fighter kind of on the level tick or wavy tick, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I'm definitely leaning Font.
So then the co-main event, not the most exciting fight in the co-main event, but this is a what?
This is a layup.
So co-main event, we do have a women's strawweight bout. It's kind of a title eliminator in that division. I think they're both they're ranked second and third or third and fourth. But Jan Xiaonan taking on Carla Esparza. Xiaonan, she's unbeaten since 2010. She did have a no contest in 2016 because of a accidental headbutt really early on in the fight. Esparza's on a 4-fight win streak herself. She is, of course, the first ever strawweight champ. She got that sub win over the current champ, Thug Rose, back in 2014. But Rose is a much different fighter now. Neither fighter is that exciting. I mean, there's not many finishes between them, not much finishing power between them. It's at the spot it is because, again, the winner's probably going to be maybe next in line for a title shot. I'm probably going to go Jan in this one. I mean, I'm really not a fan of Carla Esparza. She's so boring to me. I'm probably going to take Jan in this one.
Yeah, not much to add. That's, like I said, that's a layup for me. That's where I'm leaning heavily. So, I don't want to sound, no disrespect. All these athletes are fighters, and that's impressive. I'm right there with you. I don't expect this one. I probably won't even be watching this one with my full attention.
Yeah, I totally get that one. The other fight on the main card I did want to just kind of talk about for a second here. It's actually going to be the first fight on the card. Middleweight bout between Jack Hermansson and Edmen Shahbazyan. Hermansson, just a couple years ago was a top 5 contender, had a couple losses against top 5 talent. So he's just kind of looking to get that momentum back, get back in the shuffle. Edmen Shahbazyan was a guy that just had all this hype on him, had an 11-fight win streak, and then just got absolutely thoroughly dominated by Derek Brunson, just completely derailed that hype train. Hands in the air, I was part of that hype train too. I should have realized who Shahbazyan's trainer was, Edmund Taverdian. That guy is probably the worst trainer in MMA. Just got really lucky that he had Ronda Rousey at a time when women's MMA wasn't a thing. I gotta go. I'm really looking for Hermansson to get back into the groove on this one. I think if there is one thing, Shahbazyan has a decent stand game. I'll give him that. And Hermansson is probably likely to keep it standing, so Shahbazyan's going to have a puncher's chance. But I do still think that Shahbazyan is, that fight against Brunson showed he is definitely not in that top 10 class yet. So I think in this one, I've got to take Jack Hermansson.
You know what? Honestly, I don't want to pick against the Swedish Warrior, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to the boy from Glendale.
Okay.
I think he can take this one. Again, like you said, he's a stronger striker in my opinion. Even though, I mean, man, the Swede is ripped. Let's be honest. So it's going to be a tough fight either way. But yeah, I'm gonna, not just for the sake of the show, but we're gonna differ on this one.
Okay, that's fair. Look, as much as I'm knocking the guy, and it's mostly just because of who his trainer is. Shahbazyan still, I think, knocked out his first 9 opponents. There's something to be said for that. So again, the knockout power is there. Hermansson's going to keep it standing probably, but that fight against Brunson just really kind of exposed Shabazian, I think. But it should be like it'll be an okay card. It'll have some fun fights on it, so we'll have a recap of that come Monday. But look, if you're doing nothing Saturday afternoon, put it on, man. Have fun. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Exactly. It's better than watching nothing. I mean, but you should watch Phil Mickelson hit bombs.
That's true. Phil Mickelson will be hitting bombs this weekend. That is a fact. Well, I didn't have anything else in the lineup here, Justin. Did you have anything else you would talk about before we get off the air?
No, man. I think we covered all our bases. I think this was a phenomenal show in Ron's absence. Kudos to CEO Nick before he tried to get the show derailed with bestiality. But
With adult content.
I feel like we really pulled this one together well, man, and spearheaded by the man himself, Big T Dizzle.
Hey, I appreciate you jumping on here. I think I texted you or texted somebody like, I hope we can get another co-host on here because I don't want to sit here and listen to myself talk to myself for 45 minutes. So thank you so much for jumping on here, for always enlightening us, educating us. The man, the myth, the legend, No ID, Justin. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure, my man.
I think that is going to do it. Let's see if I cannot screw up the ending here. I'm sure I will. Ron's got this down to a science. But we're going to get out of here. We will be back here on Monday recapping the weekend in sports. Thank you so much for tuning in. The calls, the comments, the questions, all the good stuff. Hope you guys have a good weekend. We love you. You know the drill. Keep the fire.
At the buzzer, it's good!
Yeah, I missed it. Dang it. My computer sucks.